literally directly after the unicorns. I don't know why, but just gonna go with it today. We are going to do, one of the cards from the unicorns was a fairy, so I thought, right, yep, fairies want to come out. I feel like if that's what's meant to be, one of these will resonate for you. It's collective, it's the energy we're in under this strawberry moon. Feels like it's on fire. So, opportunities, portals, things we need to work on, protection of the highest level, messages for the collective of the highest level, opportunities, portals, gateways. What would the fairies like the collective to know during this Sagittarius strawberry full moon, which feels very powerful, and it's a portal, and there has been a lot of shadow work going on. Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is a little bit like he's got his hand on his shoulder and the dragon's having a bit of a rest, and it's like, where are we going next? What are we going to do? What's our plans? Getting all the paperwork together, signing contracts, doing, where are we going next? Let's just put the dragon down for a minute and recalibrate. Is that the right word? Where are we going? What we're doing? What's in the fields? What's in the fields? What's in the field? We've got the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. They're kind of like a little bit contradictive, which, as we've got the Sun in Gemini, would be this sort of balance of one way, the other, the twins, head, heart, shadow, light, dark. So the Four of Pentacles is, I'm working to build my foundations. I'm at the beginning stages. I'm not actually ready to expose or release or open or share what it is that I'm working on building on. But I'm collecting my fruits of my labour. And there could be, if we're looking at it relationship-wise, it can be a little bit holding back, a little bit not actually a withdrawal of emotions. I haven't quite got enough to share out, but it's coupled with the Six. So the Six is going, I mean, that's a major jump from the Four to the Six. So maybe this full moon, this portal that we're in and is available to us, is going from being closed off, shut down, working behind the scenes, to the Six of Pentacles, which is receiving in equal balance. It's receiving gifts. It's a balance of, I give to you, you give to me. It's in equal measure. So it's very interesting that they both came out together, going from the Four to the Six. This could be the opportunity that we're in, going from keeping things to oneself to actually, I've got enough to share. I've filled my basket, pentacles, abundance is what it is. And it's receiving gifts and giving gifts. Giving gifts, receiving gifts. So that's very interesting. But it's got this Seven of Wands at the bottom, which is a little bit protective. It's a little bit, but it is making plans, moving forward. It's just like, where am I going now? So we'll get a bit more from the fairy oracle. Sun's coming out. Mikey, sun's coming out. We'll get a bit more. I'm really hoping we get to actually experience that moon tonight. Give us a bit more. So I'll put the 4 to the left with the jump to the 6. So it's like I'm keeping this to myself. It's behind the scenes. It's all work. You know, I'm creating foundations to the actual jump is I'm going to give. I'm going to receive. I'm open to giving. I'm open to receiving. It's abundance coming in, the 6 of Pentacles. And it could also be spiritual gifts as well. Give me more from the 4 to the 6. That's like a 2 pentacle jump under this moon. Divination. Okay, so this is manifestation energy. This is manifesting from the 4 to the 6. Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. She's sitting in front of the fire, which is interesting because we had the fire earlier, but she's staring into the flames. Now, I don't know if you caught my little video earlier, but I switched my gas cooker on, and it was the just watching those 4 little flames come to sort of jump in the middle of the gas cooker, which had me, you know, bewildered for a little while. I was like, oh my God, that looks like magic, because it almost looks like they drop down into the middle of the cooker. So it's asking us to use those abilities that we have, either through staring into, getting lost in, getting our cards out, having a little play, affirmations, any form of divination that can bring on the manifestations that we want, because we're in really strong manifesting energy, and it's on fire around this strawberry moon in Sagittarius. And it's green, so it's heart chakra, so it's what's in here. And it could be jumping from the 4 to the 6. Now at the bottom we've got temptation. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. So this is also with this moon that we're going into. It's about dropping those masks. It's about being open and vulnerable. And again, the 4 is about being closed off and keeping things to oneself. And the 6 is about opening up and giving. So there could be a temptation to actually bypass this opportunity that we're being given under this full moon to possibly, you know, get intoxicated or go back to unhealthy patterns of behaviour that are all really just masks that we use to actually stop us from doing the work, from moving from the 4 of Pentacles into the 6. So that was bottom of the deck. We're going to then go to the Whispers of Healing. You don't have to watch all these in one go. They may make more sense after we've gone through this portal. So give me something on the 4, the 6 and divination. 4 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles and divination. What is going on here? But it's definitely a timeline jump. 4 to the 6 and divination. 4 to the 6 and divination. So we have compassion, number 2. She's really feeling into the earth, but she's feeling into green, which is the heart chakra. It's going deep in, but she's right in touch. Slow connection. She's really in touch with nature. She's really in touch with what's going around, and I would say, you know, probably the moon is part of that. But being compassionate about it, being compassionate with oneself as well, especially with this temptation at the bottom of the deck. It's like it's okay to feel a temptation to bypass the opportunities that we've been given. You know, some of my dreams have been fucking horrific of late, and there could have been a temptation to, you know, just drown them out. But having that compassion for oneself, knowing that, you know, it's just stuff that's coming to the surface, and that's what it is. It's coming up through the surface. It's coming out. It's a number 2 as well, so it's balanced. And is that 2 deers in the background that are watching her? So compassion, and it's green, so it's heart chakra. Have compassion for oneself. And this is forward movement, 45, 9. She's on she's in the sky, so forward movement is obviously, it's a little bit like the Chariot, but she's actually being pulled by butterflies. So this is higher consciousness movement forward, and it is a movement forward from I haven't quite got enough to share or to give out to I've got equal amounts. What I give out, I get back in equal measures. And this could be something that's been manifested, but this blue represents protection, and it also represents the throat chakra as well. So it could be about expressing what it is that you want. But it's definitely movement forward. There's like that we're definitely in a portal to be able to timeline jump from the 4 to the 6, movement forward. Where am I going next? Where am I going next? I'm going back to the fairies. See what else we get. From the 4 to the 6 of Pentacles, divination, which is what this is. 9 of Swords. So there was a bit of anxiety. The anxiety is in the mind. Whenever we see the swords or the 9 of Swords, it's like unrealistic fears. And this often happens when we're about to timeline jump or change. She feels tied up, but it's in the headspace. It's like, oh, I really want to give out more, but I'm afraid of what that might look like, whether it'll be rejected, whether it's going to be in equal balance. So this movement forward is actually overcoming the mind space of the anxiety of moving forward. And it is in the mind. It's our thoughts that actually keep us trapped in places, situations that no longer serve us. The Knight of Swords at the bottom suggests, I know which direction I'm going in. And she's actually, the Knight of Swords is communication. So there's something coming in, there's news coming in, or it could be a new idea, but they've taken up the challenge. and she's pierced through this rose, so it's clarity. There's clarity around something. I'm now armoured up. I've now conquered my 9 of Swords, my anxiety about moving forward. And I'm willing to accept this challenge, this path, this new way of being or thinking. And she's about to get up off her knees and take it on. Let's see what else we get. Movement forward, anxiety, and the 3 of Pentacles. So the 3 of Pentacles is kind of like mastering 3 skills, I would say. Having 3 feathers under your belt, or feathers in your cap, or whatever it is. But it's, the butterfly is bringing the pentacles in. So this could be bringing 3 ideas together. And again, these are all pentacles, so there's a lot of abundance coming in here. Pentacles doesn't always necessarily mean money, but it's things that you can use. And these can be spiritual gifts as well. So the butterfly's bringing one in, and then she's got one on her belt, like I said, another string to, I can't remember what it is on the belt, and there's another one coming in. So it could be 3 people coming together to actually create more abundance. I was just wondering what that was there. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is a little bit defensive, a little bit like I've been through a lot, I'm a little bit tired, I've got my walls up, I'm having a little bit of a rest. There's always a kind of like emphasis on try not to project your past hurts or things that have happened to you onto possible new situations. And again, this movement forward, this moon is bringing up stuff that could have caused us to even a little bit of self-sabotage here. I'm wounded. It's the card of the wounded warrior. It's like I've been hurt in the past. I'm afraid of opening up. I need a little rest. That's why the dragon's asleep. But it does ring bells of don't project past hurts or things that have happened before onto new situations. And again, this is something that we need compassion for ourselves in this heart space chakra in order so that we don't project old. And that is movement forward. It's overcoming. Going from the 4 of Pentacles, I'm afraid, I'm keeping it to myself, I don't want to open up, I'm keeping secrets about things that I'm working on, to actually the 6 of Pentacles, I trust that when I give, I'll receive. Let's keep going. This is definitely a jump. This is definitely a skip of Pentacles, and it completely skips out the 5, which so the 5 of Pentacles is a feeling of lack. The 5 of Pentacles is stuck in fear. It's I've never got enough, I can't do this, I'm not being paid enough. It's the energy that the what do you want to call them, matrix, whatever, likes to keep us in. That's not being shown here at all. It's basically going from I'm working on my foundations to 6 of Pentacles. I've got enough to give out, and I'm open to receiving. There is no 5, which is really, really good. Movement forward. And then what else are we going to get with this? This is for the moon. And that is the wand. That is the magical healing, clarity. So the sword represents truth. The sword represents breaking through the illusion, breaking through the truth. It's either a new information that's coming in, something you didn't know about before, or it's clarity in the mind space. So a new way of thinking. And it's created this wand, which can be, I've just learned how to jump from the 4 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles. I've just learned how to manifest using my third eye, focusing, using all my divination skills. I've jumped from the 4 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles without slipping into anxiety and fear in the mind space. And also having other people. So altogether, 4, 6, so that's 6, just adding these up, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pentacles, rounds down to 4. So it's foundational work. But it's clarity. It's this like there's news coming in. And that is what this moon is about. It's about the truth. The truth of it is, we are magical beings. We can create these wands and manifest whatever it is that we want. And we can use this to heal. We can use this in the world to create. It can be a new business idea, but it's that again, it's a jump, it's a new beginning. Whenever there's aces, it's like you have the ability to be able to pierce through the truth of whatever it is that is illusion, delusion, to create or to come to a space of enlightenment, and that is a gift. That is fire. Now, at the bottom there, we've got the 7 of Cups. Now, I do feel like with this 7 of Cups, it goes along with this temptation. So there may be a lot of offers coming in, or there may be some daydreaming about offers coming in. And what she's doing is she's picking up each cup and she's feeling it out. Now, some of these offers coming in may be illusions, delusions. They may just be words. And what she's doing is is it just a distraction? Is it just temptation? It's very important when, obviously, you know, the moon also can make things look deceptive. And when we want to do a timeline jump, when we want to go into divination, look at her, she's focused. She's 100% focused on what it is that she's calling in. She's not being distracted. She may be offered all these cups, all these options, all these choices, but she's in the cups is the heart space. It's like, which one is real? Which one is just an illusion, a delusion, a temptation to distract me from going, you know, doing this timeline jump? Right, where are we going now? Where are we going now? I'm going to get the Druid Craft Fair Craft Tarot out. We've we've got a tractor coming, so we'll tower at the bottom of the deck. Let's see what the Druid crafts have to say. Movement forward. Sounds like it's trimming the hedges. I wonder if we're in for a hedge trim. Right, movement forward. 5 of Wands. Now this is something that you may have had to compete. It's kind of like battle mode, but it's also the testing ground. So when we get the 5 of Wands, it's very much like it can be argumentative, it can be ego based, it can be a case of I'm right, you're wrong. But all it's designed to do is for you to recognise when there's 5 of Wands energy. So if you think about the full moon being in Sagittarius, which is fire, and you've been given this new wand, this is your almost like what they're playing with. So they're kind of competing, or there is competition going on. But sometimes this 5 of Wands is for us to recognise when it's worth taking part in this 5 of Wands and when it's actually just worth fucking off. But it's battle mode, but it's preparation. It's something that we have to, it's a kind of like, are you going to react or are you going to respond? And there may be a bit of that going on. But there was competition. We've got the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Now the King of Cups is the divine masculine in the heart space, but he is so content. He doesn't actually express himself very well, but he's in his feels. So he tends to sit and watch. The 5 of Wands is actually participating in, could be bullshit really, is the earth flat, is the earth round, that kind of crap that's ego based. But the King of Cups is just sitting there and he's like, I'm in my divine masculine, in my heart space, and I move from my heart space, and he does actually, you know, make moves. He physically goes out into the world. When it's a masculine energy, it's about building foundations and actually going out into the world. He might not be very expressive, but he does actually do things. So give us some more on this jump from the 4 to the 6 on this strawberry moon. And we got the devil under there as well. So yeah, there is chains, attachments, codependencies. The lovers there are asleep, which means that they're not they're naked, which is vulnerable, but they're not consciously awake. All right, so there's a massive difference between being awake and being aware, and these two are asleep. The devil energy again is temptation. It's like falling back into patterns of behaviour, going back to a partner, you know, things, attachments that no longer serve us. And that's twice it's kind of come up with there is the temptation to possibly avoidance, anything that is a coping mechanism for what might be coming up to the surface at the moment. That is at the bottom of the deck. But what we've got here is the Prince of Pentacles. So this is really all very abundance-like. But the Prince of Pentacles is slow, steady progress, movement forward. He's surrounded by blue, so he's protected. He's got a shield, so he can protect himself as well. He's in yellow, which is the solar plexus, but he's sitting on a green horse. Now with this horse, He's not galloping in. This is a slow, steady, the beginning of a journey. And also with the Prince of Pentacles, he doesn't, say things to charm. He says what he does on the tin. So if he says he's trustworthy, he's loyal, this is his foundation. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. If I say I'm turning up at a certain time, I'm going to turn up at a certain time. But this is definitely to clarify that this isn't, like an overnight jump. This is slow, steady progress forward. Movement forward. I'm going to get one more from these. I don't think it's this. Oh, I've got my cards I could use as well. Yeah, that's someone trustworthy coming in, or a trustworthy offer. And the Seven of Pentacles again. We had that earlier. So we've gone from the 4 to the 6 to the 7, and this feels like harvest time. It's time to reap the rewards. This person's grown. This person's gone from having only a little to I'm in the energy of what I give out, I expect back. That's setting strong boundaries as well. Giving and receiving in equal balance. And then receiving, this could be 3 things coming together, 3 people coming together, and 3 different skill sets coming together, and then reaping the rewards of this work that's been done. And it does feel very manifested, but he's cutting down the fruits of his labour. Anything else? Anything else? So this is slow, and Pentacles are kind of, there are foundations. It's abundance, however you view abundance. And then to the 8. So you've got 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 is mastering one's craft and then making it better. He's pouring his own pentacles. He's actually making them out of gold. So it could be learning new skills, mastering what skills you already have, perfecting them. That is maybe this is the full moon that we're in, the portal that we're in, the timeline jump that we are being offered is to go from the 4 to the 6 to the 7 to the 8. Do not get caught up in do not get caught up in competition. There is no competition. Do not get tempted. Do not get distracted. These are distractions. This is a distraction. Stay focused. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're working on, helicopter confirming, rise above it, fly high. Bottom of the deck was the 5 of Pentacles, so that suggests a woe me. I've poured my cup, I've given my power away to too many people, too many places. It wasn't reciprocated, and he's so busy focused on what he's given away, he can't see what's behind him. But that's bottom of the deck. And there could be a temptation to slip into that energy, It's an old energy. There's no point in looking backwards. We're not going that way. We'll see what the old labyrinth fairies have got to say. Then I might get some sun while it's out. So give us something from the 4 to the 6 to the 7 to the 8. Skipping, you know, the clarity might even come from recognising that there is no competition. I'm not participating in battles, which, you know, I've got my own wand. That could be the clarity. I've got my own wand. I don't need to participate or in competition or ego or battle with anyone else. That is progress, movement forward. Or I'm not going to sit in 5 of Cups. I'm not going to be sucked into the temptation of. See what the old labyrinth fairies have got to say. A collective of pixies. So this is definitely working together. 48. And this moon is about the collective. Duty, willingness, joyful participation, virtue. A pixie's got to do what a pixie's got to do. And one of the things the pixie has to do is to dance. It has to be done. So that the flowers will grow, the fruit and the grass do its photosynthesis thing, the trees will put down their roots properly, and other process will proceed in their proper time at their proper pace. The pressure of the pixie's energy, little etheric feet, may even be what helps to keep the world turning at the right speed. At least they claim it does. What is needed here is not only an awareness of duty, but a merry approach to it. The job has to be done, so one might as well do it willingly. Progress through this dance maze step by step, lithely and lightly. Take joy and pride in achievement. Approach the work with zeal, zest and zing, and perhaps even a little zaniness. Otherwise, you may as well not bother. There is something about this light-hearted approach to your duty that's important at this time in order to achieve the results you want. Additionally, consider the words collective and cooperative as you make your plans. This situation may take more than one person, perhaps several people working together to achieve the desired results. Joining forces with others is appropriate at this time. Seek the cooperation of friends and family, co-workers and fairies as appropriate. So that is that 3 of Pentacles, bringing 3 things, places, skill sets all together. Movement forward. What else would you like us to know? The Piper. And then she of the crutch. So 24. 24. Music, order, harmony, seduction and empathy. There he is. To get what you want, the Piper recommends that you try polite requests and gentle, patient persuasion. And then wait, quietly welcoming it to come to you. Seek harmony and tranquility in yourself and in the world around you. Use tenderness and gentleness. This card speaks of a time of harmony, creativity and increasing order. It tells of communication without words, the music of empathy and the awareness of the feelings and concerns of others. This is a time to pay attention to the subtlety of others' expressions of feeling and ideas. Look past past the surface and listen as you would a bewildering melody on the verge of hearing. He also plays melodies in our dreams which may be filled with meaning and importance, and then he leaves it up to us to understand what they mean. This may also be a good time to be aware that others may be listening to us with sensitivity and clarity. So much so that they may hear what we're truly saying more clearly than we do ourselves. This card may also signify musical talent or ability, or it may be suggesting that the use of music in some way is important at this present time. I found that yesterday. Yesterday, music was so important. I might even get back on it again today. Just to, go through this. She of the crutch. Now that's a number 5, and that always represents change. Now, as I said here, it went from 4 to 6 to 7 to 8, but underneath the deck was the 5 of cups. So it skipped out the 5 of pentacles, which is feeling lack, an energy of lack has gone, and the 5 of cups. It seems to have skipped that out, but the 5, she of the crutch, number 5, is change. It's the receptive principle, nurturing and fertility. There we go. She of the crutch may indicate a form of pregnancy, a necessary time of nurturing and development. We need to be open to her overflowing grace. She may also indicate a need to allow her nurturing grace to flow through us to others in the forms of unconditional love and giving and spiritual healing. She tells us of the need for unconditional receiving, so that's that 6 of pentacles, giving without expecting anything back, and receiving with knowing that there's no attachment to it. And that's massive in this shift that we're going into. She tells us of the need of unconditional receiving, of making the best of what we're offered. She also reminds us that unbounded love and grace is ours, just waiting to be accepted. The presence of this card in a reading radiates comfort and nurturing to all the cards around it. Shall we have one more? Let's have one more, and then I'll close with a rose. Let's just get one more on this. One more. Landed on the 5, and then we've got the journeyman. So the journey, movement forward. This is a slow progress. We've got the fairy godmother. I love the fairy godmother. She's got such a beautiful, and it's receiving gifts. 25. Receiving gifts and being a fairy godmother. Gifts, talents, grace and helpful lessons. When Peggy got the... Oh, hang on. Let me just... grace is good fortune we get from the universe, even when we don't deserve it. In fact, deserving it or not deserving it is not the issue. We are, and therefore we are loved. It's that simple. Surrey offers last-minute rescues. When she turns up in a reading, good things may well be happening that we don't think we deserve, or that we do deserve but haven't thought to ask for. Almost imperceptibly, she teaches us about giving and receiving unconditionally, helping us to open our hearts to love and acceptance. She sometimes showers us with abundance. Well, it looks like that's what's going on here. Keep an eye out for unexpected good fortune, especially when you saw bad luck. Remember to say thank you by passing the kindness on to someone else. Practice a little fairy godmothering yourself and see how enjoyable it is. Part of the fun of doing it is so the recipient doesn't know where the gift came from. I'm going to read because it just fits with the rest of the reading is The Journeyman. And it's like he's standing on the top of someone's head. Adventure, independence, travel. A long path ahead, we hope. But it acknowledges having a sound. That's better. Right. No, that's the wrong card. Right, here we go. So, sometimes we are operating from theory alone, and our knowledge may or may not be well grounded in reality, which is what the Seven of Cups suggests. This card does not necessarily refer exclusively to beginnings. It can also signify a progression along a path, moving into the unknown from the known, a new phase in an ongoing process. The card may represent untested concepts or ideas and suggest a need for balance between intuitive and rational as one approaches the unknown. Consider where you are going, what your long-term goals are, and what you are doing that is helping you to move towards them. So that's the Seven of Pentacles that we had earlier as well, where they're deciding where it is. And then the feline at the bottom is tidy up all those loose ends. Is there anything lingering around, consciously, subconsciously, that needs to be released? Because like I said, we can't take it all with us. And speak one's truth at the bottom of that. So, I'm going to close with a rose. This has been a really magnificent moon as far as readings have gone. Let's close with a rose. Message for the collective on this Sagittarius strawberry moon, portal, timeline shift, from the 4s to the 6s, completely missing out the 5s because there is no lack. New beginnings, slow, steady progress forward. Closed with a rose. A message from the Rose Oracle to close this reading. Bottom of the deck we've got After the Rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, and acceptance. Oh, got tree. After the rain, there's always rainbows. After the rain, what fell out? The rose garden, innocence, forgiveness, and be gentle with yourself, which also came up. Compassion. Let's not beat ourselves up about things, because there's no point. So, I beg your pardon, I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometimes. When you take, you gotta give. So live and let go. Oh, 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 I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. I love you.